Good morning, traders. We're here again for the opening bell, where the S&P and Dow Jones opened slightly lower than yesterday's close, but volatility is, like in the title of the stream, it is subsiding, it is falling, which, is good, I guess. You don't want volatility and selling pressure at the same time. It's bad, right? So this is kind of the price action you'll get on dead cat bounces, man. Right? Who really controls the market? Okay. The deleveraging, the selling, and then a bottom is formed. And then it's just like for the entirety of the time, right? The market participants let this thing rise up to the 50%, the 382, the 618, and then more volume and volatility comes in on another wave down. That is yet to happen for good reason. Not near enough time's gone by. Yeah, we've only been rising since the 24th of March. It's the 31st. So yeah, good morning. Bitcoin sitting in la la land, 64.39. Really trying to just, it can't make its mind up at that 6,400 area at all. Kind of hilarious how it all ended yesterday for the daily candle close, where we had that huge rejection wick where you went up to, let's get to it, we went up to like 66.40 and then we pulled back and closed the day below it. I don't know, around below it, whatever. No, yeah, right here. Sorry, it was this. Yeah, this was the last 4-hour candle where you close below it, and then you just been going sideways like 16 plus hours now, so you haven't been missing much. Positive momentum starting to wane a little bit, starting to round out a little bit, and lower high after hitting the golden zone from the high to low of 618. So like the question is it head and shoulders, man, ascending triangle? You made a higher low than your previous low at 58.72. What's up, Renee? Schlasker. Oh yeah, I gotta ping the Discord. Forgot. Yeah, I'm on my own on that in the morning. It's okay. Wow. Hold on. A lot of reading I haven't done in the Discord. Who are they talking about? Oh, I don't know. I can't. Too much. Okay, so since open, you're now below that price, 26.08. This is the 4-hour chart. I mean, we could pull it up on the big screen. So much better looking there. I mean, this is just like kind of the war room quad screen, where you're trying to keep an eye on everything because everything's so volatile. But now the volatility is just not as, it's just nothing like it was the past few weeks. So look, you're looking at the S&P right here, which it's like S&P 500 live, Dow Jones live, Bitcoin live, where you still haven't even hit the 382, man, which leads you to believe that in time the S&P will touch that, at least 2650. And dude, we're talking about the heart and soul of the stock market. How's it not going to hit a 382 on a reflexive rally after a crash? Come on, dude. You think it would happen eventually, but you got to worry. I mean, it's not something to ignore or forget about. This is why I exist, right? And not only to educate, but to continue to just, if the chart's saying something, it's kind of like my role as a live streamer like analyzing charts to tell you, to make sure you're informed, that you know that there's a variable that is good or bad for whatever way you're looking, right? And objectively speaking, there is like textbook 4-hour hidden bearish divergence on Bitcoin where we are currently at this price. So that means impending price action continuation to the downside whenever it decides to dump. You know, that's gonna, when it does sell off again, the S&P, this will be respected. It'll be like, okay, it's playing out now. The hidden bearish divergence is playing out. So that's there. The thing with the daily, though, I mean, you have all this positive momentum, and guess what's going to happen? Like, from your major peak to this lower high, your major high to this now major lower high, whenever it finishes up, I don't know. You'd think on the 4 hour, maybe it's soon, but you're going to be getting hidden bearish divergence here too. From this high to this high, I don't care how high. You go to 50%, you're going to get hidden bearish divergence. You go to 618, you're going to get hidden bearish divergence. It doesn't matter, because this keeps climbing, and you're going to, no matter what, make a lower high than this all-time high, which is the previous positive momentum histogram. So how in the world can anyone be thinking that the selling's over, it's done now, we're never gonna see lower lows, or we're never gonna even test the bottom again? That's crazy. Crazy talk. Too many lines. Oh no, I got an alert. Set up, let's delete that. And I mean, you know, like Fibonacci and horizontal line support resistance, what do you want me to do? You know, it looks kind of cluttered, but look where you are on Bitcoin's good, or not Bitcoin, the S&P. You're above the February 7th and April 4th, 2018 levels, and you're right around an October 2018 level of support. Above this, you know, a minor 2645, which is confluent with the 382. But really above that, you think like eventually Bitcoin could in time, I think, see 2721. That's reasonable to back test that as resistance. We never really did. It's funny, this is where the QQQ, this support right here, held and bounced. Completely outperformed the S&P. So you just gotta wonder, like, you've got hidden bearish divergence at the 4 hour. The daily will develop it no matter what in time, no matter how high we go in the golden zone. But, you know, I'm tired as of? No, not really. I just woke up, man. Like, what do you want? I'm not gonna sound or look the way I do in the afternoon. Of course, man. I get up, brush my teeth, put my contacts in, get dressed, make coffee, drink protein shake, boom, hit the live button. I mean, that's my morning, dude. And then I work out after I stream. I keep saying Bitcoin. I only said it once, dude. All right, so Dow Jones, you know, opened lower than the close yesterday, and is now lower than this open. Like, God, in context. I'm done with them. I'm gonna get laser eyeball treatment or whatever. Don't slice my eyes so I never have to wear these stupid scrubby contacts anymore. I keep calling the SPX Bitcoin. I think I only called it once, and I thought I corrected myself. I don't know, man. LASIK's the best. Yeah, I need that. Dude, these contacts suck, dude. It's like cutting me so much. I just need to go get my... I got the frames for my glasses. I just need to go get them, you know, the prescription filled for the lens themselves. Rising wedge on the 4 hour on the SPY. I wonder if we could identify that on the SPX. I mean, probably. I would hope so. It'd be weird not to. Though we don't really often look at the, you know, the 60-minute. You can tell us stuff, you know. I mean, like, you're like kind of around the same high with absolutely no positive momentum. What else can we do, man? I thought it was only like $1,000 per eye, like 2K procedure. But rising wedge, definitely not on the SPY or SPX, right? With a lower high or about the same, accumulation. So no, man, you know how unreliable patterns are anyway on the 60-minute. I just know that you're at the golden zone, or you haven't quite touched it yet. You had a high, you gap down, you're attempting a rally, but you haven't broken those highs yet, which that is double top E type stuff, and you have no positive momentum on the same high and lower levels relative strength. So yeah, it doesn't really look that great. Yeah, you're right. Doesn't look awesome. But again, it's the 60-minute. That's why we like the 4-hour. So if the 60-minute, or just think about it like this. If the 60-minute doesn't look good, and the 4-hour showing hidden bearish divergence all could, and the daily will inevitably show hidden bearish divergence. What does that tell you? It's not really good. It's not like a great argument for bulls. Even though we know it'd kind of be weird to reverse majorly only around a 38% retrace. When in history, even in the great crash of 29, we had a 50% retrace. It's just, what the heck, I just turned this off. Oh crap, it's 4-hour, yeah. What the? Dude, you just saw me change this piece of crap. 4 and 4. Oh my god, thank you. Wow. So, man, I don't know what kind of conclusions we can draw with a 60-minute chart. It's normally always unreliable. Seriously, it is. Oh, that was the daily. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the economy, world economy still shut down. What are we at now? Let's do it together. This is like a new little ritual. All right, 775,000 yesterday. We're going to hit F5 right now. Wow. 28,000 new cases in way less than 24 hours. Are you kidding me? Like 12 hours? We'll say 14 hours, 25,000, 28,000 new cases. Jeez. Okay, so S&P and Dow Jones above open now. Good news, 2616 S&P, 22,231 Dow Jones. NASDAQ, 7766. And above that critical support, man, of 7666, man. It's like, I just can't emphasize enough that's such a big deal, but, I mean, it's just right here. And that's where I think this type of support resistance right here for the NASDAQ is kind of like the S&Ps, where I think we would run to. And that's where the Qs bounce too. So, what I'll tell you, man, gold. I'm talking about just trippy as F. Like, at this point, we could just say it's range bound. It's in a mini range. No point in trying to draw a pattern. I mean, we just do this, right? You get your parallel channel, you hit shift, and then you click, and it's a bullish rectangle. So gold is in a bullish rectangle right now. Pretty hard to argue with that, especially this recent price action we finally received. And that is it. Dude, these contacts, I'm about to just take them out and have one contact in, or just... Dude, it's just annoying when I spend so much money on them, and it's like once a week I have to just throw them in the toilet and flush them and put new ones in because they just fall apart. They just deteriorate so fast. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm about to have to seriously do this. It's like, it's impeding my ability to stream. I'm about to have to go down the stairs and do that. Important to note about... Oh, yeah, very true, Sith Tentacle saying. It's important to note about the number. It could be more of a reflection of our ability to test patience now. than the acceleration of the virus. Very true. But then you got to wonder at the same time how many people are undiagnosed that, or maybe asymptomatic that have it, that carry it. That's another variable. So we could just probably almost, go up to 1 million on that, right? Why not get glasses? I just got to go get the lenses. I'm sorry. I don't mean to complain about it, man. It just, imagine doing your job or trying to do your job, and it's like you're just getting pain, every time you look at another screen, your eyeballs just blow. Recovered cases Saturday, what are we talking about? The volatility, man, is definitely dried up on the market compared to what we'd seen. Nothing like it anymore. So, algos, bots, and you gotta wonder, hey bots, is the 382 enough of a rally for another huge move down again? Could be. Oh man. Give me a sec. You got energy up, some energy's up today. It's kind of like one of those, hey, energy's been so obliterated that any day it can have like crazy reflexive runs, where it's like, we're up 10%. It's like Carnival. It's like the cruise lines, It's just like, it's really unpredictable because you're so beaten down. It just can't be that easy for shorts, right? People buying options, that they're going to be huge moves up, and then, they're just going to dump again the next day or the next coming days. Like, that's what happens when you don't have an edge in the market. I mean, and the selling's just been so immense, you're going to get that. Which is weird, because you go to U.S. oil alone. Oh, I see what it was. It was like, right, just on the daily. Like, U.S. oil today got it to 21.85. It's up 1.86%, but that's, it's pretty decent. And again, the individual oil stocks are like top performers today. Like, believe it or not, man. Yeah, so like this is the top performer, really, of the S&P 500. Its volume is up. I don't know. This crap volume, dude. 146,000. It's up 11.49% right now. But like, okay, great, man. Where are we at, on price? You got down to the 492 level. Did you hit it? Yeah, you fell below it. Was there anything else? Yeah, all kinds of valleys, man. Jeez. It gets to a level where just so much, Going back to the 80s. I mean, that's where you went. You went to the 80s, man. It's like oil, energy, kind of has made its own 80s 80s theme, like we do on the 8th of every month. 80s night, 80s day. They did too, but it's pretty cool. I mean, you can see how you hit a critical support. You saw how we anchored looking left. We didn't anchor this. It bounced off of that, rallied, and it's now, it's like sprung. It's back testing the spring maybe, but it just gapped up, and look, it's giving back all its gains on the day. Oh my God. I have to go take this contact out. Oh my God. I'll be right back. Jesus. All right. Wow. How about that, dude? It's like all I have to do is put in brand new contacts and no problems. No more eyeball slicing anywhere. It's perfect. So why can't the contacts just exist like this for more than a few days? And now here we go. We got a little sell-off coming. Oil included. And that down, it was up a lot. Probably over 2%. 2042. And then here we go, right? 2595, Dow Jones 22,073. You gotta wonder, when will the hidden bearish divergence play out on the SPX? And the Dow Jones, and the Qs, and the NASDAQ, they're all showing hidden bearish divergence on the 4 hour. And eventually we'll all show it on the daily. Now my back's killing me. Wow, what the heck? Feeling like 100% better. Yeah, like literally. I'm sorry, I can see better. I'm not in pain. Whatever. So, FYX has been pretty quiet since he, if he would have just held his puts, he'd probably, right now he would be kind of in the green. Isn't that crazy? He just holds the puts instead of selling them for losses. And the next day, boom, right, he's already back to even or up a little bit. And it's, saying, oh my God, man, we're doing things. So yeah, that's how you play puts. You hold them overnight, you hold them for a while. You don't just, I'm holding them over the weekend. If it doesn't go my way early, I'm done, right? That was what he did yesterday. We saw it. You want to do that? Just, I don't know, just hold a non-leverage position, so you don't lose much. FYX was banned? What are you talking about? What you talking about, dude? There's nothing really special. Like, the US dollar pair is just like meh. Let's see. What are some of our losers? Oh yeah, Baker Hughes, man. Y'all remember that? That's an energy asset too. We're looking at this one back, late 2019, October, November. It's a gorgeous chart, dude. I mean, it's so perfect. I freaking love this chart. Okay, so look here, listen. All right, this is Baker Hughes oil, right? Oil field services equipment. All right, so we had the downtrend. I identified a descending triangle, but we broke out bullishly the descending triangle and say, holy crap. This was when, the energy ETF was starting to have a geometrical breakout. And you thought maybe there could be a bottom in for the cyclical market, and we could rise to common retrace levels. Then Iran happens, then you get it, right? So Corona, all that. But look, when it broke out of the descending triangle, we had already plotted a channel. You know that. And we ran up, and what did we do? We touched it like to Jesus, man. Not only the downsloping resistance, the supply line, look left, critical resistance support back from February 2018. It's just gorgeous. Once you hit that, look what happened. You dumped, failed rally, and then the crash. But when you crashed, where did you go? You went to the bottom of the freaking channel, man. It's fantastical. I love TA. Like, how can you not love TA, man? It's cool how a lot of times how it plays out. But no, I've not been monitoring Baker Hughes often. It's just like we look at many different assets in here. So you're finally approaching some 774 area I plotted from way back. What is that? It looks like you're another support. Whoa, this is a much. Why did I not plot that? That's big time support. But below that, 1110 is okay. Back to that. I think it was just like I had plotted the all-time lows. It's November of 1987. So one more support. If you break one more support, dude, you almost saw all-time lows. You were off by a couple bucks. So fib extensions, I don't think we should do it that way. Way too. We just go from that previous low to high. But I think we're well beyond the 1618 if we do that. Yeah, well below it. The 2618, $6, which is at all-time lows. So that's well, that was. Oh, where'd it go? It no longer is. I don't know, man. This keeps changing. So, what's the biggest loser of the day so far? Carnival. No, it was Carnival. Now it's not. My God, the changes are insane right now. I can't. Yeah. My God. Yeah, Carnival, though, is definitely taking a hit, down 6% plus. Go figure, right? It doesn't even work. It's not even. It's only down 3% now. So that's why it's the volatility is going on. God, it's too loud. So right, sold off. It rallied. Now it's selling off again, and just in the abyss area, down 2.81%, where it was just down, a little 5 minutes ago, 5%. God, you got to go so far back, man. You're just hitting these areas of support. There's just so many back here. It reminds me of like oil, or like all-time lows is $1.87. If Carnival doesn't open in the next month, I mean, why could we not maybe see that in time? Having to get bailed out by the government, it's terrible. So as an investor, you got to stay away from this stuff. You have to. You can't put money in this right now for the long term. For Carnival, I don't know, dude. It's just too nebulous. Maybe if you're trade or something for the rallies or something, but this and casinos, right? Let's look at Las Vegas Sands. Haven't looked at that in a minute. Since remember, dude, this one was ungodly. It was like it predicted coronavirus, pretty much. I mean, it didn't predict it, but the coronavirus news broke after you get the 786 like the Jesus, and it's just been awful. You've had your reflexive dead cat bounce rally, and now you're selling off again. When you did rally, I mean, you had some divergence, but it wasn't like the real divergence we want, like Class A bullish divergence is just diverging. You're just making lower lows on that wave, that one wave, and you're making higher levels relative strength. So it's right. If we sold off again and got down these levels, and then we made higher levels of relative strength, that's when I would say it's Class A or Class B bullish divergence, and you might get a nice rally there. But I mean, again, like Las Vegas Sand, like all these Wynn resorts, aren't there casinos are just completely shut down, man? And so these are targets for a normal situation where the whole world doesn't collapse, right? Okay, for a trade. Went far beyond that, of course. RCL's up 9.5%. Is that what I was seeing? No. See, Devon Energy Corporation right now is the top performer. Apache's number 2. Apache has been, I mean, it's probably changed now. I don't know what is going on now because of the crash. But before the crash, Apache Energy was the worst performer in the past decade on the S&P 500. It's the third now. Yeah, Royal Caribbean's up 10.21% now. RCL, that's what I was looking at. But yeah, we're just looking at devastated industries. So we looked at cruise ships, casinos, and you could look at American Airlines now, like flying at 0.69%. I mean, what do you do here, man? All right, just awful. You rallied, and that's it, and you're dumping again. So yeah, you were kind of diverging, right? Like every single thing else on the freaking market, dude. So, but the thing is, with American Airlines, you haven't even hit an 88% retrace, which I think in time we could. The longer everything's shut down, the lower this price is going to go, for the most part. 886, and then you've got, but that's not even a real support. You are at a support right now, October of 2010, and then you've got another one I think you've touched before, from 2008. But after that, man, you don't have much support really until down here at like $4. Guess what, man? In 2007, 2008, there were more people flying than are flying right now. So that's not good. What does that tell you, man? Just awful across the board. And these are like the drivers. These are like the leaders of the losses, the industries, right? And then you've got financials too, which have gotten seriously beaten down too, man. Interest rates being zero. People aren't going in taking loans out anyway because they can't work. No one's trying to. This is not a economic climate for people to be taking chances on opening businesses, like real businesses that need loans and stuff. That's just not happening. So, financials getting hit too. We can just look at Wells Fargo for that. Just looking at individual assets. And you see, just destroyed. Oil, energy, and financials were the two worst. Two sectors hit the hardest. But, this was long before any crash. We were already showing a head and shoulders pattern. You broke out, you held a support, and you rallied, and you tested the neckline again, up thrusted through it, and rounded out, and then you crashed. So obviously the measurement move was hit of the pattern finally, and well beyond. But as you can see, compared to like cruise line companies and all that, you're not even close to a 786, where we just saw that the 886 was the next target on American Airlines. U.S. markets are selling off? No, they're not. I mean, if you're talking about like right now in real time, no, they're just hanging out around their open. Volatility is, I think, at its lowest point now. Then right around the crash, when the start of the crash. Very interesting. So volume dries up, volatility dries up on the wave up. That will be inevitably a lower high than the all-time high. And then that volume and volatility will come back when the selling commences. Because it's not over, man. The economy is shut down right now. Trillions of dollars being lost. What's up, chat? How are y'all doing this morning? It's 10:06 a.m. Eastern. Been live for 38 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Thanks for the 400 people here. 420 actually. Great.
Is that a joint?
All new GPUs push release date to set. What new GPUs? Talking about AMD? Probably, because we know NVIDIA is not coming out with the 3000 series this year, because they keep making these, I don't know, these cheaper 2000 versions, like the 2060s and stuff, the 2070 Super or whatever. It's just like, just stop with it, man. Just come out with a 3000 series. I need it. Like, I legitimately have a case, an argument for why I need more encoding power. Yes, I need more than a 2080 Ti. Yes. Dude, my back's like, sometimes that pain in your back, like you don't get it often, but sometimes it happens and then it just starts hurting really, really bad. That's happening to me right now. Sam, I don't know what that is. I mean, what people want to look at a run-of-the-mill scrub energy asset called CVE. It's like wants to be CVX Chevron, but it's terrible. All-time lows, right? Yeah, all-time lows. Here's your IPO in 2009. Nice rally, man. And then you were already selling off before the oil glut. This is the beginning of the oil glut. OPEC flooded the market with supply. Never been the same, the whole market. But hey, something you can take from this is he started getting clear amounts of major distribution, right? And maybe it was like a fake out. I don't know, man. Fake out here before dumping. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're $1.98. Beautiful range, though. You can't argue with that. That's a gorgeous range. And just towards the end, look at that. You could triple topped. You could never get to the top of the range. So what if we did fib extensions here? I don't know. You're below all the fib extensions. Terrible. There is no 2618. It's all. There's nothing you can do here. Nothing, man. Fibonacci won't help you. You're just in the abyss alone. You're up 16.37%. Who cares, man? Who effing cares? It's a pity gap up because you've been beaten down so effing much. And no matter what happens, you're gonna show eventually hidden bearish divergence, right? I'm sorry, but my webcam is trash, dude. It's expensive webcam, but I can't stop the flickering no matter what I do. I've tried everything on the internet, so. Nah, you can't make multi-rigs for what I do because the software is not optimized for it that I use. So you just can't. You could, I mean, I could not SLI, but whatever it's called for SLIing 2080 Ti's. Now I could get another one in there, SLI it, and then it's not going to be as efficient because it's the actual physical transfer of energy from one GPU to the other. Then it goes to the computer. That's slow. That's too slow. You face issues. Nah, I mean, yeah, it's just the lightning, dude. Yeah, Boaz. We'll just go with that. Anytime the screen flickers, it's lightning. Good idea, dude. Oh man, my back is like F now. Good news though, S&P is back above open. Same with Dow Jones. Oh boy. Nasdaq nearly 7,800 at the highs of the day. Actually, that's pretty cool. Q gang. I'm sure Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple doing things. Nice. Q's climbing. Gotta love it. We got our targets for that. You're about to face a vast amount of resistance that between 194.50 and 195.70. Holy crap. Right here, look left. Major resistance. I don't know if you can break that. If you can, there's just not much resistance above you. And that's what I worry about. It's like, how can you break the 382 on the Qs? You're about to be approaching it. Hey, the good news, man. For the first time, we are approaching the 38% retrace. The first in the golden zone. 193.62. Haven't quite touched it yet, but we're very close. The hidden bearish divergence is still very real here, too. Oh. Yeah, definitely pulled my back. Who cares about a 15-minute head and shoulder? Anything that is a 15-minute chart, Aked, there's no such thing as patterns on the 15-minute IMO because they're so unreliable that you don't have an edge on the market. So, am I dying? Kind of. Yet the pain is picking up immensely. I haven't had this much back pain in a long time. Holy crap. Thanks to the 442 here. G Street says this balance is the last chance to short this market before it falls apart. This is way worse than global financial crisis. Economically, you do have an argument for sure, and the issue is with saying that we know based on history that, and we know based on Fibonacci that we could climb much higher before what you're talking about happens. Which again, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that is going to happen eventually, where we're going to hit the 382, the 50%, the 618 in time. I don't know how long. And once we hit it, one day we're going to start getting immense amounts of selling pressure with high volume, and we'll be getting huge swings to the upside downside.
Is that a joint?
Morning, Mitch. When you have time, can you give us their analysis on how?
Sure, Crypto Chef. Thanks for 420. Sure thing. Halliburton looks like everything else, man. And oil, right? It dumped, it rallied, sold off, making higher low, I guess, for now. It gapped up. It's up 7% today. Congratulations. But just as easily as it's up 7% today, it could be down 10% tomorrow. All right, you're talking about oil, energy. Yeah, $6.83. Imagine in January of the same year, you're at $25. Awful. You know, we took a shot on it because there was a harmonic. It was like this right here. We got a ride up, a really nice ride up. And then no. Then the downtrend continued, made a lower high. Or you had broken a geometrical resistance. It was like a breakout, a kind of a double bottom, but just a lower high, not enough demand. You started selling off. You had time to get out before the crash. It was really that Iran stuff. When oil started dumping after it rejected that high, it was in a range, and it was like in the 60s. Once it rejected that, man, it was like, you got to get out of oil. I mean, this is at all-time lows on Halliburton, right? I thought Halliburton maybe had been around longer than 2008. Maybe it is, but it's not on the chart. So, hold on a sec. All right. Can't be right. Yeah, I'm like, what? So, yeah. You got that 2002 level that you bounced off of. There's just so much support here and everywhere else. All these energy assets, man, they've been around a long time. Yeah, how do you not hold that? I mean, that'd be ridiculous to not hold this level, dude, that you've been seeing since 74. Good God. 1974. You're bouncing off those levels. The same price you saw in 74, you saw in 2002, you now see in 2020. Nice, dude. You made so much money if you held this. So, does that help? I mean, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, you had a huge crash, you gapped down, there's too much supply of energy, and the industry is going to go through a complete transformation. It's something is going to happen to this industry where so many companies shut down, go bankrupt, default on their loans, and they won't exist anymore. I don't know if Halliburton, balance sheet's very important in energy right now because of credit ratings and companies that don't make much money that would have to get new lines of credit. Are they going to be able to now? They may not be able to. I wouldn't say Bitcoin's pumping. 64, 67 though. Good Lord. All right, man. Might just make this a 60-minute stream today. It's just terrible. So you were losing that negative momentum. Now you're starting to build it again. So you pivoted. You had a bullish engulfing candle yesterday on Bitcoin. You never broke that 6,400 resistance, but now you're starting to crack it. But you probably want some candle close confirmation based on the way Bitcoin fakes out all the time before you get that confirmation. You think you're safe, and it's like, nope. So I think you're just attempting a rally here after already double topping, which is so stupid. And if you make a lower high, you could think that we're coming back down eventually to 58, 5,900, which is exactly where we bounced. That was a critical support we were watching on Sunday. Below that's the abyss. Oh my God. The rally's not over, G Streets, though, man. That's the thing. You're about to be at the highest point of the entire reflexive rally. I mean, you're dollars away now. Right, once you break 2637 and we're at 2632, it will be the highest high of the rally. And that means, that makes sense because we have not even hit a 38% retrace yet. The NASDAQ 78.45 at its highest high of the entire rally. So now outperforming Dow Jones and the S&P. Interesting. Gotta love the cues. Gold is, oh my god, it's moving up a little bit. Right? Bullish rectangle, you could say, at least for now. 1613. So it's not over yet for gold, even though it did hit deeper retraces from its high to low. If it does any, if it correlates any to real physical golds, then it should go higher based on the demand. It's so high you can't even buy physical gold. What's up, DZAM? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate your support in these morning streams. Yeah. With the volatility, I don't know. Wow, man, NASDAQ going, dude. And so, wow, guess what else is happening every day? We're noticing it. When the S&P starts going, Bitcoin starts going too. It's that institutional money. Definitely connected to Bitcoin some. But look at this, man. Qs. We've done it, chat. We've exceeded the 382. Finally hit the golden zone. Great stuff. You're now hitting the major resistance that I say, how can you break this, man? It's such major resistance. If you break this, you could break anything. So it's a 194.50 to 195.75. Right there, you're at it. You look left. It's right here. It's peaks from July 2019, September 2019. Major league resistance, chat. Overhead resistance. Gorgeous though. I mean, hey, everything like the TA eventually became respected, right? Where you had that tweezer action, you had the bullish divergence on the oscillators in the 4-hour, even on the RSI, you had it, but this was looking left. Really gave confidence with all those variables. What's up, Yamar? Right? That's what you're trying to do with technical analysis. You try to find the best coinciding variables at the strongest supports after a sell-off. You're looking for value. Well, man, shorting of the thrust stuff too. Give me a break. You sold off, you hit it once, you rally, you dumped. You rallied, and then one more time, you dumped, and you showed at the same low. Look on the RSI, even higher levels of row strength. So I mean, the divergence just continued on the RSI the whole way down. The same lows, higher levels. That's great. Have we hit it? Not yet. We're very close. We're now at the highest side of the rally. Let's go to the SPX, so you can see it if you even care. I don't know. Chat, are you there? Hello? I don't know, I feel like I'm just doing a static video these days. In the morning streams. Since all the selling's done. Nah. Okay. So no, dude. 2651 is the 382. You're at 2635. You're trying to break the absolute highest high from March 26th. Last week's rally. Haven't done it yet, but you could. Bitcoin bulls calling for the moon. I mean, that's why I don't get on, social media much. Or if I do, it's only to post my own thoughts. I don't know, man. I just read the charts. I've learned how to read the charts over the past decade. I read them the way I learned, and I don't really look for, outside counsel on what the charts are doing or what they're telling me. It's all, But there are interesting things about Bitcoin on the weekly, but I don't know. Like, we've got 5 more days, so I'm kind of like gonna hold my tongue until I get some confirmation on the weekly. What's up, non-fiat Steve? My voice so ASMR. Is it really? I don't know. I don't think so, man. Probably not. Might just be because it's the morning and my voice sounds lower or something. So just another non-volatile up day. NASDAQ is doing the best, it seems, of the indices. Russell 2000, I'm sure, is underperforming. It always does. And it always outperforms on the selling, which is definitely real life for this previous crash. But we know like a third plus of assets on the Russell 2000 don't even make money. So it's like it's like the S coin index for stocks. Three falling methods. Falling three methods, huh? On Bitcoin on the weekly. Man, I don't know, man. Kind of. But that means next week we have to have a huge bearish candle down. I mean, dude, so like until that happens, it's not at all that. Not even close. Man, look at this one. XRP. Alright, it's like rallied. Now it's like after the impulse, it's like flagging. If Bitcoin runs the upside, XRP probably going to run the upside too, right? But as you can see, it's a very, very bearish looking pattern and a very, very bearish trend. So how in the world are you like, yeah, I'm so bullish on this, man? How? I don't care if it goes up again. Like, it's below the 200 moving average. You've got no positive momentum right now. You just think that the next move's down. Whether it hits the 100% measure move, I don't know. But it doesn't seem good to me, man. So I'd really like to see the S&P finally break the high of the rally and see the 382 at 2650. Seems very possible today with such little volume and volatility. Same with the Dow Jones. NASDAQ's already done it. It's gorgeous. Tesla's rallying today. It was like an impulse up, kind of flagged a little bit. Now it's like kind of engulfing. It's in the 4 hour. We have our targets here. You almost got to it. High to low, we're looking between 588 and 733 for your common retrace area before you eventually reverse to the downside again. Okay, you bounced off the 200-day moving average. It was gorgeous. The 786 from the low to high. Yeah, now rallying from there, and again could go higher. You'd think it's not like to reverse majorly the downside here wouldn't be common. Up here would be common. 588 to 733. Yeah, what's going to happen is that you get up to any of these areas, you'll probably start showing higher levels of positive momentum. So that would be hidden divergence. You don't have any of that yet. You're still just barely building positive momo. There's your Tesla. Alright, man. So 64.90 on Bitcoin. Yep. About to crack 6,500 again. But guess what? Every 4-hour candle, you've done that at least once. Or close to it in the past 16 hours, 20 hours. So you're just doing it again. Man, Microsoft's killing it, dude. I freaking love it. Freaking love it. High to low. You're exceeding a 50% retrace today for the first time. Fantastic. All right, so the next target's 168.40. That makes so much sense because that lines up with the only real kind of resistance you have looking left. So why would Microsoft not eventually hit that? You think it could? Big time. And this is Microsoft is one of the reasons why the Qs, the NASDAQ, are outperforming today, the S&P and the Dow Jones. This is one of the largest holdings of the Qs. And it's a market mover of the NASDAQ. Yes, the Dow hit the 382 last week, Josh. No, I didn't see the Microsoft blockchain commercial. It just came out. No. I was watching Ozark, and man, if they didn't name drop some cryptocurrency stuff, dude, the kids one of the people in the show is talking about like most of his money's in crypto, but he can, if someone needs a cash loan, he can leverage his crypto for cash for the loan. And it's like, come on, dude. I mean, I guess you could just use Tezos, dude. All right, man, this is climbing. This is just hit its high of the day. It's pumping, dude, right now. I don't know, man. Jesus, dude. It's like a bankrupt asset. Like lower. I mean, it's at all-time lows. It's a bear trend. It's nothing but a bear trend. 39 cents, dude. When your all-time low was like 153 before. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. This is awful. Like, despite maybe anything... I don't know. I think you can find weekly or daily bullish divergence double bottoms all over the market. And the trends are bullish. They look like this. They don't look the other way. You can't go much lower, I guess. You can only lose 39 cents per share at this point. So if you want to take a shot on it, by all means, man. But this is terrible. I mean, normally people don't, 2 days after all-time lows, people don't really get optimistic, even though I see that there's divergence going on. Sure. You realize, like, anything that rallies is going to underperform most likely. And probably never, ever reach 79 cents. When does it ever? I mean, it very seldom hits the same highs. So now all you're doing is like the old support at 40 cents. You're like back testing it. You haven't even back tested it as resistance yet. So do you want to dumpster dive for stuff like this? Trash assets. What's the volume on this? It's 1 million volume, so it barely meets criteria for what you want. If you want to take a shot on it, by all means, man. But I'm going to try to look for a double bottom and an overall bull trend where the asset makes money. Or, in these market conditions, I'll be looking and waiting patiently for a shorting opportunity because the trend's bearish now. Or, in this situation, I'd be looking for a nice rally to short it versus trying to find longs here. Okay, because all it does is make lower highs, lower lows. So, okay. Company probably already bankrupt. Yeah, probably, dude. Alright, man. I've been live for over an hour, so I guess that is good enough. NASDAQ's killing it, dude. 78.66 near its high of the day. Beautiful. Gotta love it, man. And here you go. Of course, you got Microsoft leading the charge. Microsoft's up 2%. I don't think Amazon is doing anything like this. It's got to be Microsoft leading the charge. Yeah, 1.23. Hey, nice though. Amazon's up, man. Great. Doing very well. We'll see $2,000 very soon. That's what we've been saying, man. Hit this critical support. Only fell below one day, the worst day like of the crash, and just been rallying ever since. So soon to see you at previous all-time highs, and then maybe after that you break it if you're lucky. But you are working on, well, not yet. You don't have hidden bearish divergence yet. Apple having a great day. You know, after hitting the golden retrace, bullish. Look at the bullish hammer, chat. What did it manifest into? Much higher prices. Very good. I don't know why I don't have this plotted. Probably did, and none of my work saved. If anything, you're breaking out right now. Yeah, you're breaking out like right now. Interesting, right? But if you've already retraced a lot, you know, I think it's over 30%. It's near 50. Yeah, 50% retrace 269. That's something we could see. Definitely could see that. Look, you got your next resistance at 267. So yeah, we should probably see that in time soon. All right, not much resistance here. Okay. Okay, so it's like I'm pretty much doing a static video. All right, well, you know, just kind of observing kind of how people are reacting, responding to the morning streams. It's good when there's volatility. When there's no volatility, it seems like it's kind of superfluous for me to be doing this. So I'm just gonna let y'all go. Thank you for watching. Again, been live for an hour. Hit that like button and build that sub on the way out. I'll be back later. Thanks for watching. Until next time, respect the TA.